Yo, it's your boy Yoda Bang, Brokerage TV, man. Yeah, man. Had to come back at y'all. Y'all know it's about that time for me to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Trap Lord Ross, he steady digging his business. And you understand me and our business out here. I don't know if he a cross between a 1090 Jake or what he is. But that boy showed do know America. Not to be from here. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and get right up in this, man. Let's see what he's talking about, man.
The war between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph is nothing new. In fact, I already conducted a deep investigation into this story in a previous video in 2019 before Dolph was killed. So to truly understand what's going on, let's take a quick recap and follow the key moments in the beef between Dolph and Gotti and their respective record labels, PRE, aka Paper Route Empire, and CMG, the Collective Music Group.
Detectives looking into the possibility of bad blood between rival rappers. Several months ago in North Carolina, Young Dolph's SUV was shot at 100 times. Witnesses heard the shots here in Hollywood, and nearby security video captured a person running from an SUV.
Things popped off hard for Young Dolph in 2017 when he was in North Carolina. Here, Dolph was shot at reportedly over 100 times, but managed to walk away unscathed thanks to the $300,000 bulletproof SUV that he was riding in at the time. But anyway, why on earth would somebody want to shoot a rain of 100 bullets on Young Dolph? Well, to truly understand that...
What do you know about all this here? What do you know about this here, boy? Huh? What do you know?
We've got to look at Dolph's long-running feud with fellow Memphis rap legend and the best rapper for your digestive system, Yo Gotti. Many have speculated that Yo and his Collective Music Group may have had something to do with that shooting. But if you're not as plugged into the hip-hop culture as me, you may be wondering who the hell Yo Gotti is. Well, Yo Gotti, if you don't know, is another Memphis rap legend who's been grinding for over a decade, but in the past few years has had some pretty mainstream hits, including Down in the DM, FU, Rake It Up, and more recently, Put a Date on It. Now, both rappers rep Memphis, Tennessee to the fullest, and their claim to the throne of King of Memphis has been a big part of this beef from the start. However, for the record, Memphis has been the home to many kings of hip-hop over the years, including 8 Ball and MJG, as well as 3 6 Mafia's Juicy J, Project Pat, and DJ Paul, as well as Gotti and Dolph. This feud began officially in 2014 when Young Dolph, still a mixtape rapper at the time, began speaking publicly about the fact that he'd turned down a record deal from Yo Gotti and his CMG label. Dolph addressed the declining of this offer in an interview with Sway.
Like, God wanted me to do the, like, man, come on, bro, let's do CMG Paper Route. It's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped off because of Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? Which I can't do that because I got too much of my own time and money invested.
Gotti replied to this in a Breakfast Club interview, and he sounded pretty positive about things. Now, things were quiet for the next year or so, but then in February 2016, for some reason, Young Dolphin decided to get his flippers in a twist and come out and sneak diss Yo Gotti on Twitter. Now, I'm not sure what went on behind the scenes that triggered Young Dolph to tweet this, but I'm sure it has nothing.
Oh, so you saying, what do you, come on, man. I think everybody know about this. He tried to sign him. He had a meeting with him, and he rubbed off the wrong way. And I think after that, Dolph said he ain't like him no more. He wasn't fucking with CMG. He wasn't fucking with Yo Gotti because he was talking crazy about Starlito. He was down talking Starlito to Young Dolph, and that rubbed off the wrong way. And that's when probably he started sneak this and doing all that shit. But I don't know. That's what I know. That's what I heard. I could be wrong.
Thing to do with the fact that the week after he had his first album, The King of Memphis, drop it. Now, naturally, this album title ruffled a few feathers in Memphis, and it would have been reasonable to think Gotti and the general public would have seen this as an attempt by Young Dolph to try and take that crown as the King of Memphis. Now, keep in mind that Gotti, amongst other people, were known for calling themselves the King of Memphis in their raps, as well as on Gotti's own Twitter page. That same day, Yo Gotti and his CMG artist, Black Youngster, passed through the Breakfast Club to do an interview about Gotti's song Down in the DM, hitting the charts. It's a hilarious interview where, for some reason, Black Youngster decides to count $200,000 in cash throughout the entire thing.
What is this?
Okay, all right, that's what I'm talking about.
You
This
about
is the
to print
movie
up
I'm
some
talking
money?
about.
I'm in the mood swing right now.
Yo, Gotti's like, what is this guy doing? This is my artist?
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Now, can I get a plug, though?
Goodness
Can
gracious.
I get a plug? I'm going to count 200 out.
There's a plug right
I got about
here.
100. All right, what you got?
Plug.
Yeah, how much you got? I got about 100.
And whilst Dolph's King of Memphis project isn't actually mentioned in this interview, it does get brought up that Yo Gotti did kickstart his career by dissing members of 3 6 Mafia.
Now, one of your first records, you were actually going at 3 6 Mafia in your first record.
My first record?
A week after that, Dolph appears on a Hot 97 interview and talks on the Gotti beef. Now, he doesn't necessarily really have anything new to add, but he does say that the two aren't on speaking terms.
Okay, so have you and Yo Gotti had a conversation lately? Have you guys nothing? And you're not interested in having that conversation?
It ain't no pressure with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people don't understand. Like everybody on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yo Gotti was texting my phone for 2 years straight. What you doing, bro? What you working on, bro? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Now, we ain't had no conversation, but if he wanted to, he know what's up. He can call me or call somebody around me, get in touch with me, but, you know, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't no problem.
Nah, it ain't no problem, but it's different though. He ain't, you know when somebody like this right here, you know what I mean? It's just like everybody else done came in contact with me, like, dog, come on, let's do this, bro. Let's put together a joint venture. Let me sign you. Let's do that. I'd be like, no, I rock with you, but I can't do that. But we still cool. We still doing music. We still kicking. We still doing whatever.
Now, the following month, Yo Gotti's CMG artist and serial Twix thief, Black Youngster.
Here, my brother. We're going to keep you out of trouble, man.
Okay,
Here,
yeah, appreciate that.
There you go, Twix for you.
Look at yourself. That nigga Black Youngster turned that beef up, though. Black Youngster really the one that turned that beef up. He started talking crazy.
The rest of them now I got to.
Besides the throat, he's threatened to the beef officially, calling out Dolph for his King of Memphis claims and going on Instagram and saying that he's going to slap the shit out of him.
Hey, man, I'm keep it G, bro. Dolph, you a bitch. You a soft ass. You nice ass. If you got a problem, say you got a problem.
And I think that's what really started the beef right there. Now this nigga really started the beef right here, because before then, bro, I think they would just sneak this and all that. They just going back and forth. It wasn't nothing, no problem. When Yo Gotti signed this nigga here, this nigga started pulling up to niggas' hoods. Yeah, I'm over here in Cash Jam. Boy, he went the crazy. Little whores and all. That nigga took off.
Fake ass, bitch ass. Ain't no more king of Memphis. Ain't king of South Memphis. He ain't from the city. Bitch.
He proves to the world that he is really about it by pulling up at Young Dolph's block with a whole bunch of goons and dicks looking like a young soldier boy.
See, that's what started that right there. That took out. That's what had them niggas going crazy right there. When Black Youngster came in, it started doing all this shit here. Where you at? He took it to the streets. Black Youngster took it to the streets. Yo Gotti didn't take it to the streets. They were just back and forth. But when you signed this crazy ass Black Youngster nigga here, things got heated. Things really got heated.
Where he at right now? Where he at? See the left back. Where you at, dog? Where you at? We in Cash Stadium right now. We just left the store. Where you at right now, dog? Where you at right now? Where you at? CMG, bitch. I love Cash Stadium, but I don't with dog. Yeah, we don't with dog.
What up, War Ready? That nigga pulled up to a nigga hood. That nigga in Castalia. All that time I fucked up CMG. See, this what started it right here, man. That nigga Black Youngster was taking shit too far, man. That nigga was down the ride for Yo Gotti like a motherfucker. Now Yo Gotti act like he don't even fuck with Black Youngster no more. Just kind of cut him out. But probably had to, because, you know, the leads and shit, you know, probably too much shit going on in the streets. Nigga might get them Ricos. No, them Ricos coming out. Them Ricos. They giving out Rico. So you definitely got to back yourself up unless you want to go to the penitentiary.
Stay love me, boy. You know what's going on, boy.
For years. To be fair, this seems like pretty erratic behavior from Black Youngster, but I would like to add that he clarified why he did this in a DJ Vlad interview quite a while later, suggesting that this incident was more to do with a personal incident that he'd had with Young Dolph, as opposed to the album titling or the Yo Gotti disrespect.
It was a personal issue. You know what I'm saying? Me and homie had a personal issue. I got the phone call. Homie said that, and I'm like, damn, for real. So I ain't want to believe it. But when you turn around, so I'm like, boom, I'm like, man.
Yo Gotti then appears in an interview with the British First Minister of Wiggery, Tim Westwood, where he suggests that he's not really in favor of the way that Black Youngster is handling this situation.
Now, what the fuck is going on with Dolph, baby? What is going on with Black Youngster? What is going on, man?
I know, Poppy, man.
It's crazy, man. That video was scary.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little misunderstanding. They know it, pop. You know, little homie Young though. You know what I'm saying? Little homie Young and wild in the streets and you know, they just move a little different. You know,
crazy.
Ooh, let's sit up there and tell that man right there all this here. You done told too much information. Goddamn, yo, Gotti. Shit, you might as well hand Black Youngster on over. But you try to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? You tried to cover it up.
Yeah, he just moved.
I mean, they were popping out some machines, and I'm glad Dolph just didn't turn up around the corner. I mean, King of Memphis, for us white folks, there's only one king. Sorry, dog. Sorry for us white folks.
Now, Dolph wastes absolutely no time getting even, and he immediately takes to Instagram and disses Black Youngster as well as Yo Gotti, calling them bitches, suggesting that they called the cops on him, and calling them out for dissing 3-6 Mafia early in their careers.
Hey, I've been spraying your bitch ass for years. The whole city know that. Whole Gotti, you was a bitch ass. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the...
Oh, that was a rant? You remember that nigga said that in the back of, what was that, 100 shots? A Whole Gotti user? It was one of them. Maybe it was that Whole Gotti thing, that mixtape when he was dissing. But that nigga, he said this before. He said this in a rant.
Gotti, you was a bitch ass. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me.
On the
You
diss.
send your little do all your talking. Talk for yourself, bitch ass. Hey, that big head down syndrome looking motherfucker hate on everybody from the city that gets some real money. You start out hating on 3-6 and they were having Oscars. You had to hate because you were broke. That's the only way you can get attention, boy.
Now, interestingly, that same day, the rapper Trouble releases the remix for his song Ready, which features Young Thug and Young Dolph. Later that year, Black Youngster basically confirmed the fact that this diss was about him, and you can tell by looking at the lyrics. So Youngster rushed to the studio to add a diss song onto the mixtape that he was just about to release, and in that confusion, he didn't actually get a chance to clear this with Yo Gotti. So that diss track eventually came out from Black Youngster called Shake Sutton, and it ended up coming out along with a music video with a bunch of shots that were filmed that same day that Black Youngster pulled up on the block with his goons. To be honest, this was kind of a trash diss track, and nothing really happened for a few months until September, when during an interview, Black Youngster suggested that while things weren't actually squashed, he was over the beef and Yo Gotti doesn't have any problems with Dolph.
What did Yo Gotti say about Young Dolph when that happened?
Man, to be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. This something he probably won't even want me to say. I'm gonna say it because we on the Brother Club, we get exclusive. No, we tell the truth. He actually liked Dolph. Like every time he ever spoke to me about Dolph, like said something, he spoke good about him. He actually like
Got
man,
him,
like
though.
man, I swear for God, I'm not lying. If it Big Homie man, I said this, I said it is what it is. But he actually liked it, man. But he ain't never had nothing against him. Like you feel what I'm saying?
They felt like you was coming at him on behalf of Gotti.
Nah,
coming
man,
at Dolph.
You must have heard of this song. Nah, we ain't never squashed it, but I ain't known it no more. I ain't studying it, you know.
And then again, a little while later in October, Youngster once again confirmed that he was over the beef.
You know, I ain't known it no more. I ain't studying it. I respect what I'm doing, how I'm getting this money. To get your money, I'm gonna get mine. You know, I ain't studying. I ain't on it no more though.
I stole my first car at 16. I was great at it.
Now, things went quiet for a little bit until a few months later in February 2017, when seemingly out of nowhere, Young Dolph dropped a savage diss track called Play With Yo Bitch. This featured some pretty spicy lyrics and a cover art that all seemed to suggest that Yo Gotti's baby mama had hooked up with Young Dolph, and that Yo Gotti had found Dolph's number in her phone and got mad about it. It's also worth noting that in that song, he describes Memphis as Dolphland, which shouldn't be confused with the slightly larger Dolph World or its smaller, smellier cousin, Dolphland Paris. In the track, Dolph suggests that Yo Gotti had dissed him on his 2 Federal mixtape, which was released by Yo Gotti and his CMG artist Moneybagg Yo. Dolph also reiterates on this track that Yo Gotti only got popular from initially dissing 3-6 Mafia after he was rumored to be signing with them. Very similar to the situation between Dolph and Gotti. Gotti took to the high road and decided to respond on Twitter, just reminding the people that he was on some boss shit with Jay-Z and L.A. Reid, and that he wasn't going to stoop to this level. A week later, on February the 7th, Dolph was at an interview at an Atlanta radio station where he elaborated on the diss and suggested that this whole thing dissing came from one of Dolph's guys suggesting that Dolph was being sneak dissed by Yo Gotti on that 2 Federal mixtape. He also suggests that Yo Gotti encouraged Black Youngster to beef with him in order to get Black Youngster's career pop.
How this nigga just dig up all this information? This nigga is from London, UK, some goddamn where. This nigga here is talking this shit like this shit been over with for so long. He had to come up with his own documentary. It ain't no fun. The trap Lord Ross can't have none. Looking at us.
Popping in much the same way that Yo Gotti got his name popping from beefing with 3 6 Mafia.
Second one come. We in the car now, blazing. He like, bro, you heard this? Son. You like, man, you ain't trying to this. He like, bro, really, bro, his last 2 tapes he put out, I'm like, you ain't heard it? I'm like, no. He like, bro, you got to keep I'm like, I don't listen to it.
Right.
So he like, listen to it, play it. I said, know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
you
he thought
going.
the coast was clear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it really didn't make no noise.
Right.
You see, it
I didn't
ain't make no
about it.
noise until Dolph just put this song out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He made his artist bring up Dolph's name and tie Dolph's name to his name, right? That's when everybody got him, such and such. Nobody never knew him. How did he get it first? How did Yo Gotti get popped and get some attention? Nobody heard of him to win till he did 3 6 Mafia.
2 days later, Dolph elaborated further and suggested on DJ Holiday's show that he believed Yo Gotti was sneak dissing him on his previous tapes, The Art of the Hustle and Cocaine Music 9.
Man, they play it. So his last 2 mixtapes, he's trying to slick this Dolph.
Now, here's where the timeline gets a little bit messed up because a lot of people out there have reported that Yo Gotti responded to this Play With Your Bitch song with his own song called Don't Beef With Me. A lot of people have speculated that this was a sneak diss aimed at Dolph that came out after Dolph's diss. However, it seemed that this track was actually just a retitled version of the song Prayers, which was the last song on that Moneybagg Yo Gotti mixtape 2 Federal, which had actually come out at the end of 2016. Now, I'm not sure if this was some kind of internet troll or news outlet just looking to stoke the beef further and take an old song, retitle it, and suggest that it's a new Yo Gotti diss, or whether it's just been lost in translation and this was the original sneak diss that Young Dolph was really upset about. But if you go and listen to the song, it just seems like the same kind of generic diss and put downs that you would put on a song, just addressing all of your ops as opposed to anything specifically aimed at Young Dolph. But regardless, Dolph kept it moving, and a little bit later that month, on February the 24th, he released the music video for Play With Your Bitch, which featured some pretty hilarious scenes, recreated conversations that hit.
Don't play with me. Play with your bitch. Yeah, that was a hit. That was a hit. You all, man.
Him and Yo Gotti supposedly had, and he uses a Yo Gotti impersonator to appear on screen and basically cry about the fact that his baby mama is hanging out with Young Dolph. It's some savagery. Also in the video, Young Dolph gets one of the most comically bad massages I've ever seen. He recreates some pretty hilarious moments between him and a fictional Yo Gotti. Dolph also drinks from a laughably small bottle of lean. Basically, the bottom line is Dolph went in on Yo Gotti, and there's no way that you could imagine there wouldn't be a response to this. And boy howdy, doesn't seem like they were about any of that talking, because only 1 day after that music video drop was the same day that Young Dolph's convoy was shot up 100 times in North Carolina. This went down during the CIA.
100 shots. 100 shots. How the hell you miss a whole 100 shots? Yeah, I remember that. That was a live ass mixtape.
College ball tournament where Young Dolph was actually in the city of Charlotte, supposedly to perform at an unofficial after party at the Cameo nightclub. The official police statement says that around 6:30 p.m. on 600 block North Caldwell Street, several dozen rounds were fired from high-powered weapons at multiple vehicles, hitting them indiscriminately only 30 minutes before the final game of the CIAA tournament was scheduled to start at the Spectrum Center. Reports started coming out that Dolph was the target of this shooting, but luckily nobody was hurt because he was being driven in a $300,000 bulletproof GMC Yukon XL SUV. Nice. Charlotte Mecklenburg police said that they were exploring the possibility that people in the music industry were connected to the shooting. But interestingly, Dolph was not fazed by these 100 bullets, and he hit that stage as planned that night and made sure to perform his Yo Gotti diss track to send a message. And just 18 hours after the shooting, Young Dolph tweeted, "You loose," with a laughing face. And I'm not sure whether this was his way of saying you lose, or he was just saying that the people tried to shoot him are straight loose. But either way, when somebody tries to shoot at you 100 times, it's safe to say that the block is kind of hot and you should probably keep it quiet for a while. A few weeks later, he appeared in an interview and again downplayed the shooting and refused to acknowledge Gotti's role in it.
Old news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's old. What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, If it ain't nothing else, it's entertainment right now.
Then a few days after that, he was actually interviewed on TMZ, once again sidestepping questions actually about the shooting and the details of it, but once again reminding the interviewer that he was kind of glad that he'd spent $300K on that bulletproof SUV. Interestingly though, in that interview, he did still call out his #1 op, Yo Gotti. Black Youngster expressed his disappointment in Yo Gotti not responding to the beef.
I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, I don't even like how Big Homie moved. I really don't. Like, but how he moved, it got him back through his career and through his life. So I can't judge it. You know what I'm saying?
And at the end of that month, on the 31st of March, Young Dolph appears on The Breakfast Club and once again downplays that shooting and suggests that the people that did it were some amateurs.
Now, you and Yo Gotti, man, why can't you and Gotti just come together and get this money? Ain't gonna never happen.
What you talking about?
You put out the record, you know, you talking about his baby mom and all that stuff.
Play with your bitch.
Oh, you talking about the hardest diss song ever dropped. That's what happened when you get whoever, anybody, like apparently they know what they were doing. And you shoot 100 times and ain't no nothing shake, no nothing, nobody hit no nothing. I need to find another hobby. I need to find something else to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with y'all playing and portraying to be whatever y'all trying to do, y'all ain't good at it.
And a day later, Young Dolph drops his new album, Bulletproof, with the first track being 100 Shots, where he addresses that whole situation that happened. He also added an extra dose of salt by making sure that he had named the track list perfectly so that the whole thing read as one big message to his ops.
I went through the whole track listing in the rumor report, 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof.
I was like, that don't even sound real.
And I was like, no, this is really the track listing.
But he did deny that doing this was baiting further attacks.
Do you feel like it's kind of inviting drama though? Like the name it Bulletproof is kind of like taunting, like on some nah.
I don't even care. I don't even give a damn.
But Black Youngster was arrested in connection with the shooting a few months later in May. He was actually one of 3 men who surrendered to Charlotte police for his involvement in the shooting, eventually catching 6 counts of discharging a weapon into occupied property and felony conspiracy. Black Youngster addressed this whole situation on his mixtape and song, I'm Innocent, where he addresses the issue and actually suggests that Young Dolph was basically dry snitching and led the police to him on Bulletproof. However, in Youngster's defense, those charges were eventually dropped. But that beef was still simmering on a low heat and looking pretty medium rare. But in September 26, Dolph's ops managed to score a few points, and Dolph ended up getting shot outside of a hotel in Hollywood and ending up in the hospital. Reports say that Dolph's crew were outside of a Hollywood hotel where Yo Gotti was staying, where an altercation and fight ended up happening, where reportedly Dolph was floored in the fight and then somebody pulled a gun and shot him a few times. Dolph managed to get up and flee to a nearby store and eventually was taken to hospital. Initially, fake news surfaced that Yo Gotti was being investigated as a person of interest in this shooting, though this was eventually denied by the police department. But one of Yo Gotti's affiliates, Corey McClendon, was arrested on an attempted murder charge. But not long after this, Gotti appeared on The Breakfast Club denying his involvement and showing off some of the early texts between him and Young Dolph. And eventually, Corey McClendon was released from that attempted murder charge. 2 months later, in November 2017, Dolph appeared on The Breakfast Club once again, reaffirming that the beef was over, but continuing to drop a little bit of shade on Yo Gotti.
Shopify Point of Sale makes it easy to start and grow.
Well, I tell you, boy, this nigga here, boy, he seemed like he up to something. Man, I tell you, man, long live Dolph, bro. Long live Dolph. For real, bro. That shit crazy, man. And then they got another war breakout between that happened. Okay, this happened. We watched this one. Okay, we watched this one, the war in Memphis. Okay, this one happened. Now that's letting us know the build up. That's letting us know all the build up. It seems like, you know what I mean, the backstory. How did it happen? How did it come along? And all of this here. You know what I mean? Then it comes this little shit where you sign an artist, you fuck with this nigga, you fuck with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? How you sign artists. And this nigga part of this gang, and this nigga gang is beefing with this gang. It just be a bunch of shit going on, which I believe this one right here is about. You know what I mean? The beef that killed Young Dolph, Dub Lord. See, this wasn't even the beef. They saying they murdered Young Dolph right here. This ain't even the beef. That's just the cook up. That's what the line in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Young Dolph versus Yo Gotti. They ain't never be together. You know what I'm saying? Which motherfucking Black Youngster really had a lot to do with. Black Youngster came in the game, nigga. He hit that bitch full head of steam. Now I know a lot of y'all people, y'all ain't even old enough, but maybe y'all is to remember like when Black Youngster came in the game, and when motherfucking Young Dolph took a shot at motherfucking Yo Gotti, Black Youngster took that on his shoulders. He's like, shit, fuck it, I'm gonna go after him. So it's more like a back and forth between Young Dolph and Black Youngster. You know what I'm saying? Because what's kind want to do another taking jabs and shit. You know what I mean? But then Young Dolph didn't want to be with Black Youngster. He's like, I ain't got no problem with this nigga. This ain't even my problem. But yeah, Black Youngster wanted some beef with him. He definitely wanted that smoke with him. 100 shots though, bro. Like 100 shots, bro. In Charlotte, that motherfucking, hey, that Bulletproof album is hard, bro. That Bulletproof, but 100 shots, my nigga, god damn, they shot that nigga shit up in Charlotte, bro. And then that nigga still perform. Man, long live Flipper, man. Long live Flipper. I wish he was still alive today. That nigga music so fucking hard, bro. That nigga music hard than a motherfucker.
The story behind the music begins about 10 years ago, when Young Dolph was affiliated with a young street rapper called J Money. J Money would post pictures of Dolph visiting his hood and saying that Dolph always told him that he wanted to see him win and eat, along with posts calling Dolph's crew, Paper Route Empire, his family. J Money was part of a gang called Trula Mafia from the Orange Mound neighborhood in southeastern Memphis, which borders the Castilla Heights neighborhood where Young Dolph grew up. J Money was a respected member of the Trula Mafia and was active in the streets from a young age. At just age 18, J Money was charged with the murder of another young man who was supposedly his good friend. But even that situation would seemingly not slow him down. And already later that year, J Money was again in trouble with the law, this time due to an aggravated assault charge. Aside from his presence in the streets, J Money was set to become a big name in the Memphis rap scene. He had a particularly close relationship with the Chicago drill legend Chief Keef and his Glow Gang group, with Chief Keef shouting out his Trula Mafia shooters in Memphis on his track, Shooters, with the two appearing in pictures together on social media surrounded by Chief Keef's Glow Gang crew. Another Memphis rapper that blew up from the city, NLE Chopper, would also reminisce on J Money's relationship with Chief Keef.
He messed with Memphis heavy. He messed with a guy from Memphis. A lot of people probably don't know him, J Money Trula. J Money, he was, you know what I'm saying, a big idol in Memphis.
And Chief Keef himself would also reminisce on J Money's wild reputation in the streets.
Hey, no, I was on the phone with J Money one day, right? On FaceTime, his slow ass, folks, he outside the window on the E-way, folks. I'll tell him for you fresh. Y'all. No. You was in the car with him? Like, oh, y'all hoes, boy. Hold up.
The relationship between Chief Keef's Glow Gang and J Money's Trula Mafia went deeper than the surface. In fact, at one point, J Money was even calling his set the Glow Gang Trula. J Money would also score an early feature with another legendary Memphis rapper by the name of Moneybagg Yo, as well as having also recorded music together with Young Dolph himself, and being seen behind the scenes with Dolph in the hood for the music video. But interestingly, J Money was also seemingly cool with the CMG side of the rap beef in Memphis too, apparently hanging around with people like Black Youngster far before the beef between Dolph and Yo Gotti's crew had truly erupted. J Money was one of those people with such a respected reputation in the streets that he could seemingly walk the line between both sides of a serious brewing beef. However, that notoriety in the streets would also make him a target of his ops. And sadly, in 2016, J Money would be shot dead in an apparent gang-related revenge killing. J Money was a high-ranking and respected member in Trula Mafia, who had deep connections with many different gangs in Memphis. His murder would allegedly cause a major power vacuum within Trula Mafia, leading to internal conflicts and eventually a full divide between two factions in the gang, with some of the original Trula Mafia members breaking off to start their own set titled Double R, meaning rich and ruthless.
That was Big Scar. Big Scar. That's okay. So Trula Mafia and motherfucking Big Scar used to be. I did not know that shit. Okay, he used to be down with Trula Mafia. And then they branched off and did their own thing. Okay.
With many of these members allegedly also having ties to the Grape Street Crips. In fact, another legendary Memphis artist, Pooh Shiesty's cousin Big Scar, real name Alexander Woods, would be one of the former True La Mafia members who was also affiliated with the Grape Street Crips, and he would eventually leave the original True La Mafia to join Double R. Things would further escalate between both camps when Double R member BG, aka Baby Grape, was allegedly killed by 3 True La Mafia members, C-Mode, Zay, and Go Crazy. Go Crazy, real name Carlos Lacey, would eventually go down for this murder. The deceased man, BG, was actually a close friend of Big Scar, and this incident would allegedly be the catalyst sparking a war between both groups in the streets of Memphis. Shortly after, Double R would retaliate, killing Zay, one of the original True La Mafia members suspected of being involved in the hit. Following this, True La Mafia and Double R would go back and forth numerous times. C-Mode would return home from jail after a separate case, sending shots at Double R in a song called Send a Hit, which made himself an even bigger target, with him even naming himself as the main op. But his run as a rapper would be short-lived, and he would eventually be charged with 7 counts of attempted murder after shooting up a house twice.
People at this home on Myers put up this camera after someone shot.
That nigga shut up the house twice? Nigga, what is going on? Why did you shoot up the house twice? You couldn't wait for nobody to come outside, but you tripping. Now your ass gone. 30-something years.
At or near their home twice in the same week. Other people who live in this neighborhood say they feel like hostages in their own home because of the random gunfire.
That's one thing. We got the cameras and the good Lord to watch over us, so.
This man who didn't want to be identified says last week someone shot at his home, shattering the glass in this door. His wife and 3 kids, ages 5 to 17, were inside.
Go back to bed, see what's going on, make sure the kids are all right, you know, make sure everything okay.
He says the same people returned a week later when his kids were alone. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
Police came, they found like 5 shells over there on the side of the street that time. And then the second time, there was shells everywhere.
Police say the victims were able to identify 19-year-old Byron Walker as the shooter. He's now facing 7 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
The young guy that got arrested, I don't know him. I heard of him, but I don't know him.
Police say the drive-by shootings are connected to the murder of a rival gang member, and Walker is a suspect in that case. Court records show Walker has been arrested 3 other times since.
Hey, young nigga spinning and spinning. 7 counts of attempted murder, nigga, 19 years old. Threw your whole life away, you know? For what? For what? You spinning. Your whole life away. Just threw it away. Man, this shit crazy down in Memphis.
October for armed robbery and the theft of vehicles and weapons. 2 of the cases, though, have been dismissed.
Give him a slap on the wrist and let him right back out.
He's hoping that doesn't happen this time and says something has to be done to stop the crime.
We need some wake-up calls. To tell you the truth, I think these young folks out here need some wake-up calls.
In Southeast Memphis, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
Meanwhile, D-Money, the brother of J-Money, would also be shot dead in May 2020, causing yet more friction between these warring groups. After D-Money's murder, rumors would spread that he was allegedly killed by the artist named Big Unk, formerly known as Uncle Danny. Big Unk is allegedly affiliated with the Double R crew as well as Yo Gotti's CMG crew. He was a prominent street rapper from Memphis, known for showing off serious weapons in his music video. For example, seen here, surrounded by goons and a whole lot of heavy weapons for the terrifying music video for a track called Play Dead, as well as a collaboration with Big Scar called Go Monkey, where him and his goons show off an arsenal of weapons looking like something straight out of Call of Duty. After D-Money's death and the rumors that he was involved, Big Unk, real name Daniel Banks, would simply post 3 laughing emojis on his Facebook, as well as reposting a cryptic message about some things being better left unsaid, along with a shushing emoji. Later that year, CEO Jizzle, another allegedly Double R affiliated rapper, would rap on his song Rich and Ruthless. If you diss 23, swear to God, it's gonna be RIP. You ain't hear what happened to last dude, he got left on Trigg Street. This was seemingly a diss aimed towards D-Money, who had dissed a dead Double R member called 23 just a few months before he was killed. In fact, just a few days after dissing 23, D-Money would post a text message on Facebook that he had apparently received, where someone seemingly threatens to kill D-Money in his car, swearing to do it on Grape. Now, this is where Young Dolph enters the picture. Young Dolph would actually sign Double R members Big Unk to his Paper Route Empire label, despite his former connection to Yo Gotti's CMG. And in signing Big Unk, Young Dolph had inadvertently picked sides in this separate beef that had brewed between True La Mafia and Double R. This would cause True La Mafia to side with Yo Gotti's CMG group and Big Unk's Double R crew to side with the Paper Route Empire of Young Dolph. Now, some fans would criticize Young Dolph at this time, since he had been so close to J Money back in the day, with many being confused as to why he had chosen to sign the man who had allegedly murdered his brother. But regardless of the reasons, apparently when Young Dolph chose to sign Big Unk, he effectively made himself a prime target for Trula Mafia, with Big Unk's street ties essentially bringing a younger generation of Memphis gang members to the forefront of this industry feud that had been going on between Young Dolph and PRE and Yo Gotti and his CMG label. And so it would seemingly turn out that this street feud and its connections to the complicated web of relationships in the music industry would ultimately cost Young Dolph his life.
Wow. That's the shit. That's why True the Mafia was on his head, because of that shit. Because of that shit. Because of J Money. Okay. J Money, well, you was fucking with J Money, but J Money was playing. See, that Memphis shit get deep, man. Them Memphis nigga, they just don't let shit, man. Boy, you'll be tied to a nigga, man. That shit'll get your ass killed. I mean, man, that shit crazy. That shit crazy down in Memphis. It's wilding down there, y'all. It's wilding down in Memphis. They going crazy down there. Now they saying, okay. They saying that's what the one that ultimately damn they got him out of here, man. That's the one that got him out of here, man.
17th, 2021, Young Dolph would visit the Makeda's Cookies bakery located near the Memphis International Airport, driving there in his camouflage-wrapped Corvette. Young Dolph was known to frequent this bakery and would often share his visits on social media. The store itself would even ask Dolph for a promo after his many visits, with Dolph sharing his public approval for this particular cookie spot.
Again, say you came to get some what? All I came to get some Makeda cookies. Get the side. Get the side. Get the side. Come back around there. Come back around there. Yes. These right here. What you got? Chocolate chip. Them hot. Straight out the oven. Just for you. Appreciate you, baby. Be safe.
In fact, Facebook users would later comment their disapproval of Makeda's Cookies sharing this, suggesting that letting the world know that Dolph frequented this bakery may well have been a fatal mistake, which
and they saying Makeda's, they saying the people where Makeda's had something to do with that. That's what they said. I don't know, man. Hey, I'm just saying. It ain't the Makeda's ain't there no more. It ain't there no more. Ain't no more Makeda's, I think.
Contributed to his murder. On his way to Makeda's Cookies, Young Dolph would actually stop at a gas station where his final moments would be captured by a fan, and potentially giving away his location. At approximately 12:20 p.m., two masked men would pull up to Makeda's in a white Mercedes, almost immediately following Young Dolph, who had parked and entered the store only moments earlier. In the security camera footage that the police would later share stills of to the media, the shooters can actually be seen running past Young Dolph's Corvette, armed with automatic rifles, which they then fired indiscriminately into the bakery, hitting Dolph 22 times. And unlike the various attempts on Young Dolph's life in years prior, sadly, this one would indeed prove fatal, with the autopsy report showing that Dolph had suffered deadly gunshot wounds to his head, torso, and neck. And a shocking video of Young Dolph laying on the ground after the assassination would circulate on social media, but is far too graphic to show you here on YouTube.
Oh my God, y'all. They say Dolph dead, y'all. They say Dolph dead. Right up here on Airways and Kitchen. I'm talking about I was just standing out here just seeing this.
Shot themselves in the foot. Now city up in the war zone, man. Man, that's crazy. 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, we lost Dog, man. We still missing him to this day. Still missing Dog, man. Long live Flipper, man.
You talking about back up now? Damn. Oh, wait. I never seen no like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Salute, Misdemeanor. Shout out, Misdemeanor. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Say this Dolph. They say this Dolph. They say this Dolph.
After the murder, Makeda's Cookies would decide not to reopen, and the storefront would turn into a memorial for Young Dolph.
Whether it's a spray paint bottle or staple gun in hand, Jeremiah Taylor is a man on a mission each day at this memorial honoring slain Memphis rapper Young Dolph on Airways Boulevard.
He was a legend, he was a king, so his stuff deserves to be treated as such.
For Taylor, the persistence is personal. He, like Dolph, grew up in the Castalia Heights neighborhood, went to Hamilton High, and met the rapper several times.
It was very hard. It started off as me trying to get myself out of a rut. This really put me in a bad situation mentally or whatever. And so just for my mental health, it started out, all right, let me get to doing something positive.
So starting about 3 days after Dolph's death, inside Makita's Cookies, outside the store, Taylor, along with local activist Frank Gotti, make daily trips to organize, beautify, and freshen up this growing tribute.
Unfortunately, the store itself would quickly become a hotspot for violence in the aftermath of Dolph's murder. Shots would be fired on camera at the memorial only a day after the murder. And even the man who looked after the memorial would end up being shot dead soon after.
Damn.
Fans online would...
Damn, let it smoke. God damn, let it smoke homie. God damn. Damn it, man. They done smoked homie, man. The homie was damn. God damn, man. They smoked homie. He used to go up there every day to put some up there. They done caught him slipping. Boy, Memphis is a deadly place. Boy, Memphis is deadly.
And even the man who looked after the memorial would end up being shot dead soon after. Fans online would create other kinds of tributes like collages of all the times that Dolph gave back to his supporters and the people of Memphis. Meanwhile, Dolph's murder would spark numerous rumors of the involvement of Dolph's music industry ops, and speculation would swirl, predicting retaliation attacks against people like the relatives of Yo Gotti and Black Youngster. Now, these rumors would initially turn out to be false, but while fan speculation about who might have been involved played out online, a few days later, the police would make progress in the formal investigation, locating the white Mercedes that had been used in the murder in the Orange Mound neighborhood in South Memphis. And only a few days after that, a man was actually murdered near the very location where the car used in the murder of Dolph was found. The Memphis police also soon found out that the white Mercedes had been used in another deadly shooting not long before Dolph's murder. As this information trickled out to the public, fascinated fans and internet sleuths would continue to speculate on exactly who was responsible for the killing of Dolph. About a month after Dolph's murder, the police would begin to move in on the alleged perpetrators. A man named Cornelius Smith was arrested in December 2021, but the news of the arrest wouldn't break out until January 2022, when he was indicted on the murder of Dolph, amongst other related charges. In the same indictment, also named Justin Johnson, better known in Memphis as the rapper Straight Drop. Johnson was arrested on January the 11th, 2022 in Indiana as a suspect in Dolph's murder. But just a few days before his arrest, Straight Drop had actually posted on social media that he would be turning himself in on the 10th. But instead of turning himself in, he would end up putting out a new song called Trackhawk. The lyrics are ambiguous, including numerous highly questionable bars that seemingly hinted at his involvement in a recent murder. Moreover, before that, on the 22nd of November 2021, only a few days after Young Dolph's murder, Straight Drop had actually dropped a music video for a song titled Stepped On, where he could actually be seen wearing a pendant of Young Dolph's PRE Paper Route Empire label hanging from his belt, with some suggesting that this may have been a disrespectful nod, suggesting that Young Dolph may have been some sort of notch in his belt. In the same video, Straight Drop can actually be seen with a man named Joshua Taylor. And in February 2022, the police would announce two more persons of interest in the case, Divine Burns and Taylor, who was also known as CEO Teasy.
First at 5, the Memphis Police Department announced today 2 new men have been named persons of interest in the Young Dolph murder case. The first is Devin Burns. Burns has an active warrant out for aggravated assault and theft, which are unrelated to this case. The other man is Joshua Taylor. Memphis police are looking for both of these men and offering a $2,000 reward for each arrest.
At least 3 of the 4 people mentioned, Johnson, Burns, and Taylor, have a strong connection to True La Mafia and can be seen following members publicly on their Instagrams, as well as wearing free Straight Drop shirts on social media and in music videos. CEO Teasy had even been seen in pictures on J Money's original Instagram account, with all of these members seemingly appearing together in numerous pictures and music videos. However, strangely, before the murder, Straight Drop himself had also been pictured around a Young Dolph. But this was seemingly before True La Mafia had split into 2, with Double R taking Dolph's PRE side and the True La Mafia members remaining taking sides with CMG. Now, there's been intense debate as to whether Straight Drop himself had officially been affiliated with Yo Gotti's CMG label before Dolph's murder. Now, he wasn't tagged in a post by Yo Gotti's brother Big Jerk, which named everybody on the label, but he was being followed by Jerk on Instagram. However, Straight Drop may well have truly crossed the line in self-incrimination after it would emerge that he had actually recorded a music video in front of evidence used in the murder case, with the white Mercedes that was seen in CCTV from Dolph's murder being seen parked outside the abandoned home on Bradley Street just days after Dolph's murder. And shockingly, in a now deleted music video that Straight Drop released called Going Straight In, the backdrop for that music video would indeed be the exact same house where that getaway vehicle was found at, and that same house where somebody was killed soon after the murder of Dolph. The video was posted on November the 21st, 2021, only a few days after young Dolph's murder.
The car was found outside this abandoned home on Bradley Street days after the killing in late November. It's the same home seen here in this music video featuring young Dolph's accused killer, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop.
And additionally, in August 2022, the police would also indict a man named Treon Ingram for the deadly shooting which preceded Dolph's murder that was also connected to that white Mercedes.
Meanwhile, a county away, developments in another case that has a connection to young Dolph's murder. A grand jury in Tipton County indicted one of two suspects police say is responsible for a November 12, 2021 shooting of two women in Covington. Investigators say they found Treon Ingram with the weapon connected to the shooting. They say a white Mercedes used in the shooting in Covington is the same car used in young Dolph's death. We learned early on a lot of people were in the car between the time it was carjacked last November from a gas station on Kirby Parkway to the November 12th Covington shooting and the November 17th shooting of young Dolph.
Later in 2022, Hernandez Govan was arrested on November the 10th. Govan was the first to also be charged with conspiracy to commit Dolph's murder. Soon after this, Jamarcus Johnson, brother of Justin Johnson, also turned himself in and was charged with the conspiracy to kill young Dolph.
Whitakus is being charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and although more charges may be coming, MPD says Johnson is from Memphis. We checked the system, and under the spelling of the name used in his booking, we found only one previous charge linked to that name. It's a misdemeanor marijuana possession charge that was later dismissed. This fourth suspect has the same last name as another suspect in this case, Jermaine Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, but MPD would not confirm if they are related.
The indictment against the four, Smith, Straight Drop, and his brother, as well as Govan, would specify their roles in the murder.
Ooh, that's all of them. Goddamn, all four of them. And I think this right here, this connected, I think they're supposed to be Lil Migo kinfolk. They're supposed to be Lil Migo people right there. Right there. Man, this is crazy, man. They took my boy out, man. God damn, man. It is still hard. Even though it's been all them years, man, it's still hard, man, nigga, just to see this shit, bro. It's still long lived dog, man. Still can't get over that shit.
Murder conspiracy, with Govan allegedly being the one who solicited Straight Drop and Smith to shoot Dolph, with Straight Drop's brother helping him to hide and escape after.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
After the murder. According to news outlets, Govan and all the shooters actually lived close to each other in the same neighborhood where that white Mercedes was found.
Court records show 43-year-old Hernandez Govan, who was just indicted in the rap star slaying, along with Johnson and Cornelius Smith, once lived just a few houses down. Neighbors fearing for their lives told us off camera he grew up on the street. A possible connection linking the suspects, as District Attorney Steve Mulroy says Govan asked for young Dolph to be murdered.
And interestingly, in the indictment, the beginning date of the conspiracy to murder Dolph is marked as June the 1st, 2021, months before the actual murder. Interestingly, as some Reddit detectives have pointed out, only a few days before, Dolph would actually post on his Instagram account welcoming Big Unc, who had allegedly killed D Money from Trula Mafia, to his Paper Route Empire label, with Reddit users suggesting that perhaps the conspiracy to murder young Dolph had been set into motion as soon as Dolph had publicly endorsed Big Unc. Meanwhile, being locked up didn't seem to stop Straight Drop from dropping more music. And on the one-year anniversary of Dolph's death, he released the jail phone recorded song No Statements. But despite the title of the song being No Statements, Paper Route Empire artists would respond to a news outlet about the song, suggesting that someone indeed was giving statements based on the number of arrests that had been happening. The news would also report that the third man arrested in connection to Dolph's murder, Hernandez Govan, is actually the father of a female rapper who went by the name Lotta Cash Desto.
Lottakash Desto was tragically killed in September 2022, raising questions about whether or not this murder might have been connected to the murder of young Dolph too.
Govan's daughter, she was also a rapper, but she was killed in Houston in September.
Yeah, she went by Lottakash Desto, but her real name, Destiny Govan. Houston police say the 25-year-old was shot and killed in Houston September 24th, early that morning. Investigators say Govan and her friend were in their vehicle, stopped behind a vehicle at a traffic light. Police say two men got out of the vehicle and started shooting at the women. We're told the passenger was also shot but survived her injuries. Christian Williams was charged with her murder. About a month after the murder, Hernandez Govan posted on Facebook, "I think I cursed you, Destiny, with my lifestyle. I apologize, baby." As we reported earlier, Govan has dozens of criminal charges in his past.
That paper route went all the way to Houston to get his daughter? That's crazy. All the way to Houston to get his daughter? That money traveled.
Ranging from drug possession to aggravated assault.
It would seem that based on social media posts, that Desto was, or at least had been, indeed in some ways associated with the Trula Mafia, and even had a song together with J Money himself all the way back in 2015. Now, Desto's alleged killers, Jeremiah Smith and Christian Williams, were arrested and charged in early 2023, but their possible connection to the events in Memphis is still unclear. However, according to the internet, her death may well have been a completely unrelated incident that rather had to do with her own actions in Houston, where she was living at the time, rather than Dolph. But regardless, the bloody retaliations following the murder of young Dolph were far from over. In June 2023, one of the persons of interest who was not charged in relation to Dolph's murder, Joshua Taylor, aka CEO Teasy, was suddenly also shot and killed. Reddit detectives had noted how Dolph's friends had been driving around the Orange Mountain. Neighborhood where Teasy was killed not long before the shooting.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of those late night, middle of the daytime.
Stop that.
Who ain't spending? Talking about what ain't nothing to spend on. Talking about
No doubt. Put your on buns, on guns, on the head.
talking about?
Stupid.
This I know looking I didn't hit the lotto.
Meanwhile, both Cornelia Smith and Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, are set to go on trial in March 2024 after pleading not guilty to all charges. Fans have also noted that Straight Drop allegedly hired a lawyer that has connections to Yo Gotti's crew CMG, raising yet more rumors that Trula Mafia and CMG might have both been involved together in young Dolph's murder. Govan, on the other hand, was released on bond in May 2023, apparently due to medical reasons, while Straight Drop's brother, Jamarcus Johnson, actually accepted a plea deal admitting to guilt on accessory to murder charges in June 2023.
One of the four men charged in the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph became the first to take a plea in his case after Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 conspiracy charges this morning.
Action News 5 Sydney Gray was in the courtroom for that announcement. She has more from Johnson's attorney and state prosecutors.
A range 1 offender. You understand that?
Jamarcus Johnson could spend the next 6 years in prison for his admitted involvement in the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Friday, he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of conspiracy after the fact.
With regard to Jamarcus Johnson, as we announced in court,
that nigga took a plea deal. He fucked off his brother, man. That nigga took a plea deal and fucked off his brother, man. That's cold. Yeah, man, boy, this ain't blood ain't blood, boy. Blood ain't blood, ain't it, man? You took a plea deal, or you gonna point the finger at your brother, get on his stand and do yes, ma'am? Huh? You gonna point your finger and do yes, man? Come on, man. Stop it. Not on your own.
he had no role in the murder of Dolph before it happened. He had no role in the murder of Dolph when it happened.
But prosecutors say he conspired after the fact by helping his half-brother, Justin Johnson, one of the accused shooters.
We had a conference call with the family yesterday. They understand what this is about. And they're encouraged by the progress in litigation and ultimately one day they want to see a trial of this thing, and they know this is a step toward that.
Prosecutors say Jamarcus used Justin's cell phone for two purposes: to deceive Justin's parole officer into believing he was still in Memphis and to communicate with Cornelius Smith, another accused shooter in the case. We heard from Johnson's attorney, Josh Gorman.
It was very important for Jamarcus and his family, for everyone to understand that he had nothing to do whatsoever with the murder. He had no knowledge of the murder before it happened. He certainly wasn't in conspiring with anyone to plan a murder, didn't know the murder had happened, obviously, until weeks later, learned about it through social media.
Johnson could be required to testify against his brother as part of his plea deal, but Gorman says Jamarcus is eager to.
So you got to testify against your brother? Part of your plea deal? That's crazy. And you still out, you out on bond? That's crazy. What your mama think about this, boy? What do your mama think about this, man?
To get back with family.
Here's a kid who had never been in trouble before, has no criminal record whatsoever, and then you get locked up and you're in protective custody, which is pretty much like being in isolation for the last 7 months. So you can imagine.
Oh, and you in PC? Nigga, and you in PC? So you knew you was gonna cooperate. You better get the hell up out of Memphis. Yeah, boy, you better get the hell up out of Memphis. They know you cooperated, boy. You better get the hell up out of there, boy. For real.
What that does to your mind and everything else.
Sydney Gray, Action News 5.
And Johnson may actually be asked to testify against the others in the case during the trial. But at this stage, we don't know whether or not he's flipped or just trying to avoid a lengthy sentence that he might get if he loses trial. Sadly, during the investigation, some members of the public have also attempted to pin Dolph's murder on the owners of Makeda's Cookies, as a fake wanted poster for the owner was even created and circulated online after the killing. There have also been more shootings that have been rumored to be tied to young Dolph's death that may or may not have anything to do with it. One such shooting happened at Dolph's old hood in Castilla Heights in July 2023, when a 53-year-old man was shot and killed.
A man is now dead after a shooting happened on Castilla Heights this morning. Officers responded to the scene at 1 a.m. to the 800 block of Cloverdale Drive and found a 53-year-old man dead at the scene. Police also say that two men who appeared to be the ones responsible left the scene. Anyone who has any details, they're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers also at 901-528-CASH.
With some believing this to be a gang-related shooting between Trula Mafia and Double R.
Late last night in Castilla Heights, young Dolph hood, they call it Dolph Land, where some pre-niggas be at, Double R. They saying two people slid over there, just start shooting up everything. A 58-year-old man lost his life, but he was not the intended target.
But it would later turn out that the 53-year-old was in fact likely the intended target of the shooting, reportedly a carjacking gone wrong, according to video evidence.
New information this evening, two people have been arrested in a deadly Castilla Heights shooting. Memphis police say 20-year-old Danielle Robinson and a 17-year-old teen have been charged with first-degree murder.
Ooh, they beat the shit out that young nigga. They beat the brakes off him. Law beat the brakes off him.
Attempted carjacking, among other charges. And that's for their involvement in the shooting and killing of a 53-year-old man. The shooting happened on Saturday, June 17th, around 1 a.m., according to police. Investigators say the two suspects approached the victim's car from behind, and as he tried to drive off, the suspects fired shots, killing the victim.
But all of this back and forth violence would lead up to a high-profile incident at the start of 2024. An incident that is once again almost certainly related to the war between PRE, CMG, Double R, and Trula Mafia. And that's the murder of Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook.
What is going on, man? What is going on, man? God, they're still worn down to Memphis. They still worn down to Memphis over this young Dolph shit. It ain't gonna never be straight. Still lying in the sand, and Beyonce steady getting that money. Beyonce steady beefing. It's all type of shit going on. All type of shit going on in Memphis, man. That shit is crazy. Come on, man. Let that shit go, man. It ain't gonna never stop. It ain't gonna never stop. What's it?
In Memphis, Tennessee, there's over 100 different gangs with over 13,000 different gang members in the city. Gangs in the Memphis area are concentrated in high crime black neighborhoods, which we'll be going over that in this video. First, we'll be
What's
talking
good,
about the
Sheik?
Binghamton area. This neighborhood is at the convergence of Midtown and North Memphis, which is bordered by the CSX Railroad. In Memphis, Tennessee, there's over 100 different gangs with over 13,000 different gang members in the city. Gangs in the Memphis area are concentrated in high crime black neighborhoods, which we'll be going over that in this video. First, we'll be talking about the Binghamton area. This neighborhood is at the convergence of Midtown and North Memphis, which is bordered by the CSX Railroad in North Holmes Street on the east. And one crazy situation that happened in this area was on March 3rd, 2008. A number of bodies were discovered at a residence at 722 about her sister and her father. Memphis police discovered 6 individuals murdered inside the home. 4 adults and 2 children. 3 other children were also found seriously injured too. Autopsies determined that the adult victims had been shot multiple times with a semi-automatic weapon, and the children had been stabbed multiple times and received blunt trauma to the head.
They'd all been at Cecil's house that Saturday to watch a basketball game.
Damn.
He told jurors he remembers Jesse.
Damn, them niggas murdered everybody in the house. Them niggas killed everybody in the house. Every adult, the kids, and everything. Yeah, shit. This is boy shit. This was in 2010. Damn.
Jr. had a gun because Cecil moved it.
Came from behind me and reached over on the counter and said, "Let me move that gun because it's blue and my kids might think it's a toy."
Upon further investigation, Jesse Dadson, who was related to 3 of the victims, was found to be the murderer. Jesse confessed that he had gotten into an argument with his younger brother, now going to a place named Raleigh in Memphis, which is a pretty large hood in North Memphis, originally built as somewhat of a suburb of Memphis before becoming part of the city during the 1970s, which can be called an extension of the Bay Area, with gangs like Fam Mob, Ghost Mob, Fast Cash, Taliban, Raleigh Mob, FMG, Trap Squad, and many more. Now let's go to the Douglas area, which is one of North Memphis's most reputable area. Once home to the Douglas Mob. This is one of the city's oldest hood, and this area has families. Then going to one of the most notorious areas in Memphis, which they call the Bay Area. North of North Memphis is the city's largest hood, home to a number of apartment complexes and neighborhoods, and made by famous rappers like Crazy Boy, Lil White, Yo Gotti, and Glorilla. This area was built throughout the 1940s and the 60s, and became an all-black area during the 1980s and the 1990s.
Damn, that north side like that, goddamn. East side, all black areas. These are all black areas. Memphis must be one. I mean, Memphis is one of the most blackest cities in America. And that's probably, it's a lot of crime up there too. A lot of shit going on down in Memphis. Bunch of shit going on down in Memphis.
And then there's Hickory Hood, East Memphis, Hickory Hill, officially Southeast Memphis, aka East Memphis. This area was built in the 19.
Yeah, Big Fresh. That nigga Cecil Dot, man. Yeah, bro. That nigga killed 6, bro. 6, bro. It's on the first 48, 7 episodes. Yeah, bro. His brother, man. What's good, Two-Tone? That nigga smoked his brother, man. Got into it with his brother and smoked. Man, come on, family. This shit wild, boy. Memphis is a wild place. Wild place.
1950s and 1960s for white families, but began to change by the 1980s and 90s, as originally for a place of middle class and professional black families. But now this section of the East Memphis has become more hood. There's also a presence of Hispanics and Latin counts being in this section of this area. Then going over to the north side of Memphis, which is 7th Street, and it's a large North Memphis section that was home to various small apartment complexes sitting along 7th Street. This area was also home to Murder Squad during the 2010s, but this area is likely to be gentrified pretty soon. But what is also in the North Memphis area is an area called Hyde Park / Hollywood. This North Memphis neighborhood has been made famous by Project Pat, who grew up in the Cry Press Garden apartments on Springdale. The Hyde Park area is off Chelsea Avenue and is one of the original all-black hoods, as black families have been in this area since the start of the 1900s, while Hollywood Street was an all-white area until the 1950s or 60s. Now let's go to the Klondike area, which is a well-known Memphis hood known for this section of Speed and Henry. Plus, the Montgomery Street Black Pea Stones are located in this area. Then there's Hurt Village, located in North Memphis, a former housing project that was built in the 1950s, originally only built for white families, but now Hurt Village complex has been demolished and rebuilt with single-family homes in the area rebranded as Uptown. Now let's go to an area named Green Lawn, which is also in the North Memphis area, and this has been around for years and once known for the Green Law Money Mob, and much of the area has been somewhat rebuilt and gentrified. This is one of the city's first neighborhoods, as well as one of the first areas for blacks, who was originally lived alongside whites. And this area was also for professional and middle-class black families during the 1900s. And then there's Foot Homes, which is located on the south side of Memphis. And this area was recently demolished. Foot Homes housing project was built in 1940 and set on 46 acres near downtown Memphis. Foot Homes is a legendary landmark named after a black federal officer, which was William H. Foote. Foote was killed near downtown Memphis.
46 acres is crazy. Straight projects? Nigga, the man, what goddamn Longhorn hole motherfucking down is called the 40 acres. Damn, this shit is huge. Project, man, I ain't never seen something so that fucking big before, bro. That's crazy.
Homes is a legendary landmark named after a black federal officer, which was William H. Foote. Foote was killed in Wazoo City, Mississippi by a lynch mob who stormed the jail that Foote was awaiting trial in after he shot 3 white men who was planning a lynch and beat a black man named John James. Then there's Lamar Terrence, built in the 1940s as one of the city's first housing projects with over 400 units, and demolished in the mid-2000s and rebuilt to the University Place apartments. And then there's Dixie Homes. The original neighborhoods of North Memphis were replaced by the old housing projects like Hurt Village and Dixie Homes, along with is now Mill Avenue and Poplar Avenue. Dixie Homes became a very reputable area, even in recent years being labeled the home of the Dixie Homes Murder Squad gang. This next area has a lot of different active gangs in this area, and it's called the Nutty. On the north side of Memphis, Nutbush is one of Memphis' few Mexican and Hispanic neighborhoods, and it's just as street active as anywhere else in the city. Gangs like PBS, BG13, and 700 SG Great, HSG Great, EBK, and many more. Then going to the south side of Memphis, there's a place called South Parkway, once called Funky Town. This area has been home to rappers like Black Youngster, Player Fly, and Lord Infamous. Then there's Orange Mound, located in southeast Memphis. This was home to the legendary rap group 8 Ball, of its own separate community from South Memphis, a city within a city. Orange Mound has been established as an all-black neighborhood for generations, and at one time was the biggest black communities in the country. Then this next one is an East Memphis hood. This one is named Parkway Village, which is officially Southeast Memphis, aka East Memphis. This is the area that NLE Chopper's from. This area was built in the 1950s and 60s for white families, but also began to change in the 1960s and 1990s. Then there's Walker Homes, and this place is home to Moneybag Yo, an affiliation of Young Mob Military. This South Memphis neighborhood was built as one of the first all-black subdivisions during the 1950s. Then go into the Doubletree area, a subdivision or sub-hood of the Westwood area, probably one of the most reputable and notorious areas in Westwood. Then there's Westwood, a large neighborhood of Southwest Memphis that has been infamously known for the Treetop Pyru affiliation. The last area we'll be talking about here is BHZ, Black Heaven Zone, which is a large section that is an extension of South Memphis, home to rappers like DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia and Deuce. This was originally called Whitehaven, but changed around the 80s and 90s and became known locally as Black Haven after a lot of black people moved in the area. But that'll be about it for this video. Make sure you...
Woo. Bunch of shit going on in Memphis, man. Whole lot of shit, bro. Talking about it for real, bro. Every time you go, yo, you have a ball every time you go to Memphis, yeah, Big Cranky. Boys say Memphis, they say Memphis is a war zone, man. They say it's a war zone going down in Memphis, man. Bunch of shit going on down in Memphis, man. Say you got over 1,000 games over there. Nah, man, but I fuck with Memphis, man. It's all love to Memphis, man. For real. It's all love with Memphis, man. You know how I rock out. I don't want no trouble. No trouble. Well, none of them crazy ass niggas there, boy. Them niggas that smoking shit already in Houston and shit, man. That's right down the street. I don't want no trouble. I do come in peace, huh? I do come in peace. Y'all know I do not do no beefing. You know what I'm saying? Want no trouble. Want no trouble. Trouble. Want no trouble. You know what I'm saying? You know I gotta play me one of these here, y'all.
Yeah. Let Jesus take the wheel. Let Jesus take the wheel. You know I keep it still. You know I keep it still. Jesus take the wheel. I've been rocking Palm Angels. Niggas in the field by the slammy Kurt ankle. Running up these bills, I got stripes like a bank. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Jesus take the wheel. I've been rocking Palm Angels. Niggas in the field by the slammy Kurt ankle. Running up these bills, I got stripes like a banker. We was on this hill before he turned into a singer. We catch him, we gon' flex him, turn him to a Bojangle. We gon' what's the name? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hit him with that Dame Lily Portland Trailblazer. That drip you got not major. That hoe you got not major. I'm hooked up like a cable. I'm plugged in like the mail. Can't stop me, I'm too player. They copy what I wear. These niggas be some squares, I can tell by the smell. He geek out, he gon' tell. I just play it by the ear. Please excuse my pimpin', I ain't have a pot to piss in. I'm from the trenches where we know from jumping fists. Pussy mind your business, yeah, my Glock hold steady pimpin'. Bitches 14 inches, we ain't gotta do no kicking. It costs to be the boss, but you gotta pay attention. They don't wanna listen, now I'm up a quarter ticket. They aboard a mission, no, I hate to see me winning. Started in the beginning, this is how we ended. It was funny games for a nigga start tripping. Started making lemonade when life gave me lemons. Look at how I'm living, look at how I'm living. Hey, now a nigga winning.
Yeah. Hey. California love. They got California love down there in Memphis. Hey, Yoda, no trouble. Yeah, you got damn right. You got damn right. Hey, man, for real, man. I'm gonna let you know, man. Look here. Last time I put the bet on the motherfucker ass, boy, they struck me down. Took me down. I can't have that. I can't have them niggas steady taking me down now. No, I can't have that, bro. Let that make it, bro. Let that make it.
Trap closed, man. We ain't serving no more.
Trap closed, man.
We closed, man. We out of here.
Trap closed. I don't want no trouble. Trap closed. I don't want no trouble.
I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player. I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player.
Back rub, pillow fights late at night. She said she got that pressure, told her pressure burst pipes. Come around when a man likes to pick a fight. She fucks better at night when she fucking out of spite. I told her leave a nigga go ahead just to move on. Late night at the club shaking ass with that thong. Picture me and you driving through this big city. On the sideline counting big 150s.
I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player. I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player.
I'm back in my bag. On that other shit, back up in the kitchen with the wiper. No, this not grease. This that shit that get you rich. Flip enough and get a brick. Stay low key and dodge the flick. Hope the feds ain't taking pics. Remember, I ain't have a pot to piss. Now they all on my dick. Cause they see my bankroll thick. With a tissue, I'm the shit. Living like a doctor off my wrist. You know I'm proper with it. Every time you see me in the kitchen, you know I'm fed in it.
I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player. I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player. Ballin' like a bitch and I late. My plug down the mall, he remind me Noriega. I can't waste no time, I'm too busy getting paper. I'm in the Staples City watching Houston versus Lakers. My city full of hustle, we'll serve you like a waiter. Lost won't catch me loafing, I'm a smooth operator. Make my bitch come rob you for your jewels, Tomb Raider. Take a brick and beat it out the box, Josh Taylor. I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player. I'm in Sin City, trap closed, watch the race. Glock ain't got no safety, RIP to Sean Taylor. You will never see me mask off, dog Vader. I'm the one to show you niggas how to be a player.
Long live my nigga DDI, man. Long live my nigga DDI.
Okay. Let's go. Yo, the banger two-tone. Okay. Let's go. In the field running routes to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack it. In the field running routes to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack it. 150 20s, Benji Grass and Jackson. Around the city, I've been serving white jump packs. Hop out with the semi, hit them lights, camera action. Niggas out here pussy, get to singing Tony Braxton. You ain't in the street for real, niggas stop the cap. Keep the heat with me like Tim Hardaway, ain't talking Maverick. Seen that nigga take our rapping nigga and I had to match it. Me and two-tone, bad nigga Michael Jackson. We been jamming Savage like before 21 Savage. I been hustling ass nigga, bitch, I get it from my daddy. Once the pack came in, send the addy. Got niggas on the corner, ball hawking, Jay. In the field running route to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack it. In the field running route to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack it.
I'm the cream of the crop. Don't put your hand in my pot. Snub nose, Smith the Western tucked in my sock. Cocked and loaded, bullets leave your ass bloated. Lil' mama set you up, now your eyes is wide open. Bloodshot with red, full with revenge. The other eye said it's still committed with sins. Shit, where I begin, you used to call me your friend. Knocking bitches back at the Holiday Inn. Now you lie in the dish. Face with the grin, face on everyone's shirt till I see you again. Now that just to pretend, committed this is. Lil' mama shaking ass in front of all of her friends.
In the field running route to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack him. In the field running route to Sean Jackson. Drip check, bitch, I get higher than a falcon. When we hit his blight, we gon' wipe him with this napkin. Cuz said if he catch him lacking, he gon' jack him.
I was pumped right then. Okay, I felt the blues back then. Street pains right now.
Hey, yo, foreigner, you crazy for this?
Let's go. Yo, the bang. From the corner, get a sack, there Reeves. Niggas always fucking off the back for no reason. Get a check like Nike, this ain't no Adidas. They love me in New York, they treat me like I'm Jared Jeter. From the corner, get a sack, there Reeves. Niggas always fucking off the back for no reason. Get a check like Nike, this ain't no Adidas. They love me in New York, they treat me like I'm Jared Jeter. Niggas out here scared to get a sack, Willie Beeman. Everybody know I play with Rice, Venus Serena. Think if I make some bitch, I nickname her Selena. If I shoot my shot, I don't miss Gilbert Arenas. Niggas know they ain't seeing me, John Cena. From the corner, get a sack, nigga, Derek Reeves. Niggas always fucking off the back for no reason. If the laws get behind this bitch, and I'ma leave 'em. Get a check like Nike, but this ain't no Adidas. They love me in New York, they treat me like I'm Derek Jeter. Cross a nigga over, I'm Jimmy Butler with this heater. Niggas know I keep a Drew Brees, that's a Nina. Fuck it like I brought my bitch a brand new Beamer. My pop still riding old school Catalina. From the corner, get a sack, there Reeves. Niggas always fucking off the back for no reason. Get a check like Nike, this ain't no Adidas. They love me in New York, they treat me like I'm Jared Jeter. From the corner, get a sack, there Reeves. Niggas always fucking off the back for no reason. Get a check like Nike, this ain't no Adidas. They love me in New York, they treat me like I'm Jared Jeter.
Couldn't stand the rain, so a nigga had to take a risk. Big bag when I hit the road on my son and shit. Told the team we gon' make it, nigga, like I'm Jada Kiss. I'd rather see my mama in the mansion, fuck a rolly wrist. Taking care of the family, nigga, to me right there, that's gangsta shit. It's hard to leave this shit alone when you know you really made for this. Vince calling me the GOAT, nigga. On some Tom Brady shit, I'm trying to put my hands on as long as that paper print. Dr. Miami ass niggas, you boys really fake the shit. Can't boss us up in that booth, you know I'm about to make a hit.
You know I keep that eye on me, nigga, Tony Stark. We know your money funny, little buddy Kevin Hart. I can't waste some time with your bitch, play your part. Bitch come blow my mind, rockin' my Dolly Parton. Who say we ain't getting money, I beg your pardon. I've been getting money since Obama wasn't off. Heard he was gonna snake me, so I had to double cross. You ain't had no face, then me nigga, when you lost. Ballin' in Miami, look like I'm playing for the dog. Intercept the pack, I picked them all, Brian Dog. In the streets, not in the streets, watch how you be talking. New drip, off-white, nigga, Kelly Clarkson.
Rain. Yeah, man, y'all know I had to get my little break, man. Y'all know I had to get my little time out, man. You understand me? Yeah, y'all know I had to get my little time out, man. Too much shit going on in the city, man. Too much shit going on, man. I had to get my time out, man. Trying to stay out the way, man, in the good graces, man. You know what I mean? In the good graces, man. Out the way. Tired. One of them days, these one of them days where a nigga just feel like, ooh, my last day off. I probably ain't gonna do too much tonight on this motherfucker. And yeah, I ain't gonna do too much tonight. But we gonna do something. Maybe we'll just play some music.
Bitch, get out your feelings.
Get out your feelings.
Bitch, get out your feelings, mad a nigga have emotion. This little bitch, she freaky, she look like she Ruby Rose. Can't believe you told, nigga seem like he she cold. I don't do no hating shit, I play it how it goes. Before I had a microwave, I cooked it on the stove. Turned into a savage, got me right back in that mode. You know I get the pounds in by the truckload. Got your hoe up on the knees, respect me like the Pope. Niggas out here hustling backwards, happy being broke. Things ain't like my work, I had to send it up the road. What you niggas was when we was posted by the stove. Bitch, I come from Section 8, I had to sell dope. Let me set the record straight, the hood is all I know. I don't want no dealing with them niggas acting like hoes. Bitch, I had my stripe before Adidas shell toes. Last of a dying breed, where the real go. Gambling with my life, I'm hoping for 7 out the door. I had to get it right, them niggas was happy when I was broke. Bitch, get out your feelings, mad a nigga have emotion. This little bitch, she freaky, she look like she Ruby Rose. Can't believe you told, nigga seem like he she cold. I don't do no hating shit, I play it how it goes.
Lay out in the rain. Your mama ordered up.
Sell to millions of people online with Shopify's social media and marketplace integrations.